Many people find it stressful if they don't get into the resident zone. They would like to get control over their heart rate variability. Here lies a paradox. Our efforts to control our internal experience itself are likely to be counterproductive and lead to an exacerbation instead of alleviation of the problem. Think about what happens with efforts to control. As with any kind of effort, the stress response is activated. This is usually the opposite of what we're trying to achieve. Therefore, the futile effort to control the uncontrollable drains us of resources. We cannot control what happens in our body or how our body reacts to the training in the moment, but we can have influence in our attitude and response to the training. Try to bring mindful awareness and curiosity into your practice. Allow your breath to follow the pacer without a struggle to control your breathing. How can you tell that all the training you've been doing is achieving results? There are two ways to tell. First is your own experience. Before starting your training, note the areas of functioning where you would like to see an improvement. It may be the way you respond in challenging professional situations. It may be the way you interact with your partner in emotionally charged conversations. It may be the way you feel when studying or taking exams. It may be your sports performance. Or it may be your blood pressure readings, or the number of headaches you experience, or the level of back pain. Whatever the situation is, note your experience prior to training. You can expect to notice early changes after about 4 weeks of regular training. Remember, regular training is key. You're unlikely to experience positive change if you're not sticking to the training plan. You can expect to continue improving after the 4 weeks mark. And the longer you train, the more benefit you will observe. If you stop training, its benefits will gradually decrease. As a result of your heart rate variability training, you might notice a change in the way you react to challenging situations. It may become easier to compose yourself and choose the best course of action when emotion is running high. Your sports performance might improve. You might find it easier to focus under pressure during exams. You may find it easier to wind down and recover at the end of the day. Symptoms of a physiological condition you might have may improve. Your blood pressure readings may be lower. You might experience fewer headaches, less anxiety, and less pain.
If you breathe too deeply, you might overbreathe. Signs of overbreathing are shortness of breath, chest tightness, trembling, tingling, nausea, sweating, dizziness, and lightheadedness. If you notice this, try the following tips. You may need to make a few adjustments to your paced breathing practice early on in your training. You may decide to adjust the inhalation to exhalation ratio for greater comfort, perhaps making the inhalation slightly shorter while lengthening the exhalation, or making the inhalation slightly longer while shortening the exhalation. You can allow yourself a pause during the transition from inhalation to exhalation, and from exhalation to inhalation. It's entirely up to you whether to utilize pauses. If your body naturally pauses during these transitions, then include one or both pauses in your breathing cycle. If you tend to overbreathe or have trouble fully extending your exhale, a pause after the exhalation might be helpful. If you decide to include a pause after the inhalation, set it for 0.3 to 0.5 seconds. The time for this pause will come out of your total inhalation time.